But one thing I wanted to say that I did not like is that the talking was hard to understand. It was not, in my opinion, a well written script. The dialogue was not great. And like I said, the sound effects were amazing, but the vocalizations, I could hardly hear what they were saying. So it was hard to follow what they were trying to tell us verbally. So it's mostly they put all their effort into giving you a visual thrill ride. And it is quite a ride. To me, it was a little bit too much over the top, too many explosions, just things going off all the time. But if you like that thing, this was very well edited and very tight. Maybe too many jump cuts and stuff, too much, kind of gave me a little bit of a headache. But for people who like that thing, this was very well done. Um, yeah. And one thing I will say, I do love the idea of rebelliousness. My website is a fun type of rebelliousness against what the mainstream is giving us for women in general historically, which is not a lot of women in movies, definitely not in starring roles, definitely not as the main character, definitely not uplifting off awesome characters. So this is one of the few times when you have some very interesting female characters who are important in making what needs to happen, who aren't just sitting back and waiting for men to take care of things. In fact, the women are often the only ones who can do it the best way. So it's very good pro women characters, or should I really say pro humans? Because that's what we really want to do, is to have characters who might happen to be male, happen to be female, but that does not in and itself mean anything. You're just you're just human, and this is this human, and this character is this human. And in addition to being a human, you may also have, the characteristics of female. You may have been born with two X's in your chromosomes, or an XY. So that's what I think when you get artists in the theater, in film, to make things, make movies, art, whatever it is, with that in mind, with humanistic humanity is what is important, not the differences, but the similarities, and yet at the same time, how many different, unique, beautiful expressions of that humanity comes out in different ways, in different forms, sometimes in a male form, sometimes in a female form, but in all, it's unique expressions of these forms. So, this is what it's all about for me. And I will say that I'm glad they did this in a movie that was obviously marketed to men. They took the time to put some good and interesting female characters that really held their own in a man's action film, because it goes a long way to giving an idea to men that a woman is not just a secretary, a girlfriend or wife, or a mother. Those are fine, those are great, but those are not all a woman is. A woman is just another human being on this planet, and many different expressions within those females of different ways of being. Sometimes you have women who are very, very much like interested in what men are interested in, or should I say extremely macho men are interested in. But then again, you have women who are not interested in macho things, and yet they have a wonderful expression of life to share as well. And so they did show different types of characters on that. I guess that's all I have to say about that. I wouldn't say run out and see it unless you love that kind of movie, unless you love Mad Max. But do try to see that movie if you're interested in seeing some unique female characters in a movie, when it's very hard sometimes to find those. So many times women are just, you've seen the same character over and over and over again. It's nice to see some different, unique expressions. So, that's all I have today. Mad Max. I don't really know how to do a rating system. I haven't been doing any. But I think what I'll say is, out of 5 stars, I'll give this movie 3 stars for enjoyment, 4 stars because they went the extra mile for female-oriented characters. 5 stars would be for a movie that was made by and for women. I have to leave the 5 stars for a pink popcorn, absolute you must go see kind of characterization. But a 4 star is good. But this movie was definitely marketed by and for men. Definitely. Okay, so thank you very much. This is Pink Popcorn, and I'll see you at the movies.